just like that, Hyrox is over. So I literally finished about 5 minutes ago. You're probably hearing my voice, I'm a little bit disappointed because I am. Good morning. It is Monday, the 10th of March, and it is the week of Hyrox. So I actually raced on Thursday in Glasgow. So I thought I would do a little bit of a week kind of like overview. So what I'm doing each day. I did my last big run at the weekend, which was nothing too crazy, just 10K. There was 2 kilometers warm up, 5 kilometers at my Hyrox kind of pacing, which is around about 4:45 per kilometer, and then 2 kilometers cool down to 10 kilometers total. I did my last kind of Hyrox based workout on Thursday, which was basically kind of half a simulation. So the intensity's still been there, and then the rest of my training's just been pretty standard. So a couple of weight sessions. Obviously I did my full simulation the week prior, so there was 1 or 2 sessions where I was supposed to run, but my legs were just battered, so I just had to go on the bike and just let myself recover a little bit. So yeah, it's been fun the last 10 weeks or so of kind of preparing for this. I definitely feel like I'm probably the fittest I've ever been. Like I say, hitting 4:45s, 4:30s per kilometer in any kind of run for me is massive. You know, I've never kind of hit those paces. I'm individually, yes, but not over like distances. So that's quite cool. I don't know how I feel about the actual race. Like, I'm nervous, obviously, but I'm also thinking, well, fuck it, just go and enjoy yourself. Like, I'm not there to, even after the Hyrox simulation, I still don't have like a set time in mind, because obviously that doesn't have the rock zones and stuff. So I know it's not going to be as quick as the 109, but if I get like a 1:15 or something, like that would be very respectable, I think, for someone like myself, going to their first Hyrox. So getting in and around that region, I'll be buzzing, but I'll just go and give it everything I fucking got, right? I'll be traveling out to Hyrox on Wednesday evening to stay over, then I'll be racing on hopefully kind of Thursday morning, and then I need to get back on Thursday. Obviously I would love to hang about. I've got a couple of clients there, so I'd love to hang about, have a few drinks and a bit of food and stuff, but it's a little bit harsh to leave Louise with a newborn baby and a toddler who's mental. She's feral. The kid is feral. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with today's workout. This week's workouts are going to be a little bit kind of reduced in volume. Still going to try and keep some intensity in there, because if you take all the intensity out, my personal feeling is that if you just remove all of the intensity from your workouts, then you feel a little bit underprepared going in on the day. So today will just be my normal upper body workout, bearing in mind that I don't train like a Hyrox athlete for like 90% of the time. I've just increased my running volume and done a couple of simulation style workouts. The Hyrox guys are literally doing that shit every single day, and obviously strength work on top of that. I don't have the time or the desire to do that. So a lot of my workouts are still just push, pull, legs, that kind of stuff, upper, lower. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do my, it's a bit of an upper body workout, predominantly push with a bit of biceps, but I am going to reduce the volume. So I normally maybe do 3 to 4 sets per exercise. I'm just going to reduce that volume. A little bit of rower at the end just to keep the, like I said, just keep the engine ticking over nicely. Get home, have some breakfast, and we've got a really big day of work because I've got blitz check-ins to do today, which is the first week, which is cool. Got 40-ish people all getting ready for a photo shoot at the end of May, which is wild that we're going to have that many people turning up for a photo shoot in the best shape of their life, but this is what we do. Back from the gym, I'm now going to sit down and do what I say sit down. I'm going to do it stood up because, health and all that shit. My little standing desk, and I've got about 16 blitz check-ins to do. So blitz is our 12-week fat loss plan. We've added in a week free this time, so if you didn't join up, well, it's your own fault. 13 weeks, photo shoot at the end of it. So this is our first week of check-ins. Now, the guys have been doing great. We have like a big WhatsApp group, and from what I can gather, they've all been absolutely smashing it, so that's good. But I'm going to sit down, do my check-ins, get some brekkie, because, well, I'm going to push my first meal back a little bit, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail next week on that, because as soon as this Hyrox finishes, I'm going to go into the next challenge, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. And then we are just working all day pretty much. I need to go and get my phone fixed because my battery on my iPhone is absolutely fucking rubbish. I'm going to get that sorted, and then we are going to go from there. So see you guys in a bit. That is blitz check-ins done by 10 a.m. Look at that. Productive this morning. Very, very productive. So that's gone really well. So I've got 16 people on blitz, and then I've also got around about another kind of 10 to 15 one-to-one clients doing the photo shoot, which is on the 31st of May. And that's a hell of a start. Like, some of my clients are down 4 or 5 kilos in week 1. Now that's to be expected. So when you're in a fat loss phase and you go into some form of a diet, whether that's for a photo shoot or you're just wanting to lose a bit of weight in general and lose a bit of body fat in general, the first week or two, you're always going to see the largest drop. And the reason for that, of course, is because you're reducing your food intake. So naturally, by reducing your food intake, you'll have less food in your digestive system. So therefore, you are going to weigh less. And with a reduction in food and generally an increase in activity levels like steps, like cardio, like training, you're going to see a reduction in what we call glycogen, which is stored energy within your muscle tissue. So you you will always see your biggest drop within the first kind of week or two of dieting, generally speaking anyway. Depends on your starting position, depends how lean you are, but that's something to be aware of. And then it will slow down, and that's not a bad thing, because when fat loss and weight loss when weight loss slows down, it doesn't necessarily mean that fat loss is slowing down. And often you'll see your biggest changes in your composition within the last 2 to 3 kilos of a diet. So for example, when I've dieted for photo shoots in the past, which I'll get Joe to put somewhere in the screen because he's done a couple of them, so I know what I'm talking about here. And for me, the biggest changes always come within the last 1 to 2 kilos. So I'm currently sat around about 90-ish. I know if I want to be shoot lean, I need to be about 82, 81. Photo shoot lean being very lean for me. The biggest changes are like 84 to 83, 83 to 82, that kind of area, not the 90 to 85. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are changes there, especially because of my starting position being reasonably lean anyway, but it's not as drastic as those last few kilos. So I kind of said to most of my clients this morning, well done, we won't expect to see the same weight I lost now. If we can kind of settle into a 0.5% to 1% of your total body weight per week for the next 12 weeks, you're gonna look pretty fucking lean and you're gonna do pretty well. So bit of an insight into that. So I'm gonna sit down, gonna have some breakfast. I've got a call with Dan and Mike in about, well, no, actually, I'm a minute late. So I'm gonna have the call with them. Look at this now. Yes, the sun is out. And I've actually just cleared the decking because we are having someone come in about a minute, hopefully, who's going to jet wash the decking and then seal it as well, put some sealant on just nice and ready for the summer, which is why I'm working from the house and not the office today, because I can't walk on the decking whilst he's doing it. There we go, just vlogging, lads. Vlogging, mate. Day in the life, innit? Vlogging. There we go. Day in the life.
Starting, man.
Tell you what, when you're doing day in the life, mate, it's fucking start eating some fucking food and start practicing. Jesus Christ. The amount of shit you... That video, and then you two did that.
Well, we still had more than you did in your video, to be fair.
The next day.
Okay, that is my second session of the week. So that was a pull workout, so you'll probably see some rows, some pull downs. There was a little bit of biceps, a little bit of delts in there, just because I'm trying to grow those boys for the summer. So it was, again, just kind of a lighter workout, so 2 sets of everything today, rather than the normal kind of 3 to 4, reduced volume, not going to failure, making sure that I'm not too fatigued going into Thursday. So certainly just a little bit easier on the joints and the fatigue build up. And then my final workout for the week will be tomorrow morning, which I'll do a shakeout run. I literally go and do like 5-6 kilometers, very easy pace, like keeping heart rate nice and low, just nice and chilled, nice and relaxed, just to make sure that I'm not going into the day itself kind of undercooked as such. So I'll do that tomorrow. I will be doing, I say carb loading. I won't be carb loading too much because it isn't an endurance event as per se, like a marathon or even half a marathon to a certain extent. Like if I do it in my targeted time, I'm only training for around about an hour and 15 minutes. Now, it's very intense, so I do need to replenish glycogen stores and I do need to keep them topped up as much as possible. So the recommendations for like endurance events, and this is all dependent on you and if your digestive system can handle this, but some people will be able to handle between 8 and 12 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight. So if you put that into context, I mean, I'm 90 kg. Let's say I went for 10 grams. So I'll be looking about, what, 800-900 grams of carbs for a couple of days, which is a lot. And I've just not, I mean, I have consumed that much because I did the food challenge, but I've just not consumed that much food properly for a while. So I'm conscious that I don't need to go that high. If I was doing like a marathon or something, yes. So I'll be going around about 500 grams of carbs, keeping protein and fats fairly moderate. So protein will just stay around 180, 200. I try and keep my fats fairly low just because it doesn't sit as well on my digestive system. So it's like easy to digest carbohydrates, rice, pasta, cereals, bread, bagels, jam, honey, that kind of stuff, rather than too much fiber. Because if I was to get all my carbs from fruit and veg, obviously that'd be very difficult anyway, just because they're not dense in carbs. Like they've got some in them, but they're not too dense. If I was to get all of my food from those places, it's a lot of havoc on the digestive system, right? A lot of fiber means a lot of shit going on, literally. So I'm going to avoid that. And then it's 1 day to go. We're getting on the train to Glasgow, and then it's the big day on Thursday. Right, as promised, here is meal 1 of the day. So we have got my normal breakfast, which is just the absolute goat. So we've got 50 grams of frozen raspberries, 50 grams of pitted dates, which are unreal. If you're not having these in your yogurt, you are missing out on one of life's delicacies. Delicacies, trust me. Banana, peanut butter, honey, and then my skyr yogurt, 450 grams of that. And then I've got 2 hot cross buns as well, which I'm going to put a little drizzle of honey on. And that is going to come in, to be precise, around about 1,139 calories, 173.5 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fats, which is predominantly from the peanut butter, and then protein 63.6. So a really solid start to the day. The only thing that I've adjusted adjusted there, by the way, for my day-to-day nutrition is the hot cross buns, because why the fuck not? I'm carb loading, right? So I'm allowed them. So I'm going to eat that, and then I'm going to do some work, and then I'll show you my next meal as well. Okay, so I'm just about to have my lunch, and someone wants to be in the vlog. Not me. Yes, yeah, you do. Come on, come and say hello. Look, say hello to the YouTube. Say hello to the YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
You sound like Thea.
Hi, YouTube.
She always whinges about not being on any of my stuff, and then when I ask her to get on my stuff,
I always look rough.
she always looks rough apparently. So there we go. So I've just done a full morning of work. I'm just about to have my lunch. So this is what it looks like. And there's a bit of a hack here. Chicken and rice, full packet of rice, and about 250-ish grams of chicken, and then a side salad because health. So what I've also done is I've just made myself a second chicken breast, and I will literally eat this week, especially because obviously we're tapering into Hyrox. I'll eat the same thing again later. And if I was dieting, I'd probably do something similar. So for both of these meals, 156 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fats, 132 grams of protein, 1,300 calories. So you're talking about what, 650, 660 calories per meal, but just easy, right? And again, like if I was dieting to make my life easier, I would just do the exact same thing. So I would just have that meal, maybe a smaller portion size, but have it for my lunch and then for my dinner as well. So there we go. Okay, so a little bit of a mid-afternoon snacky snack. We have got, don't know if you can see it because it's doing the face recognition thing, I don't want to lose my toast. 2 slices of sourdough toast with 20 grams of honey. So we've got more carbohydrates going into the system, which now puts me on for the daily totals of, this is taking into consideration my evening meal, which is the same as my lunch, which is already pre-tracked. 206 grams of protein, 397 grams of carbohydrates, 45 grams of fats, and total daily calories, 2,806. As it stands. So I'm still looking for about another 100 grams of carbs. So I'll probably likely have some, like a bowl of cereal later, or maybe some more toast. I will figure it out and we'll go from there. But yeah, solid day of nutrition, feeling quite good actually. Feeling quite well rested and recovered, and hopefully the carbohydrates that I'm consuming today will do me well. Back to work after I've eaten my toast. Okay, so final meal of the day, which is just a big bowl of Crave cereals, because cereals are easy to digest and, well, they taste pretty damn good. Very good. I've never tried Crave before, but I've heard very good things, so I thought I'd give it a go. Turns out it's very good. So with this bowl of Crave, that is going to put me on for the day as a total 3,526 calories, 222 grams of protein, 456 grams of carbs, and 92 grams of fat. So I've obviously consumed a little bit more in terms of fat than what I'd maybe like to. Carbs could be slightly higher, but given the fact that, you know, I'm having to deal with like mad life, we'll take it. Pretty decent numbers. That should replenish glycogen stores reasonably well. I'll see how I feel tomorrow, see what scale weight's like tomorrow, see how bloated I feel tomorrow, and I'll make a decision on how to kind of fuel up from there. But I'll probably aim for another 300 to 350 grams of carbs tomorrow across the course of the day. Again, keeping it in the form of like easily digestible foods, nothing too crazy, nothing too fibrous or nutrient dense. We'll go from there. Morning, it is 6:22. So I'm doing a shakeout run, which is basically just to improve blood flow, loosen the muscles, just kicks off your digestive system, all that kind of stuff. So nice and easy, 5 or 6k just to get the legs going. Then I'll come back. I've got a full day of check-ins before I get the train to Glasgow. There we have it. That is the last session before Hyrox done. Nice and easy, literally just a cheeky little 5k. Heart rate didn't really get above like 120-ish, so it was just very nice and chilled. A few little niggles and pains on my hip, my knees. There's a lot of volume. Like Hyrox is something people don't realise, and this is what I was talking about earlier when it comes to fat loss and fatigue on the body. Like these things just don't go well together. Now, I say that despite me hitting my lowest weight since January. So in January I was 92.5 and this one I was 89.5. So I'm about 3 kilos down. So given the fact that I've had such high training volume, I'm really happy with that. Dieting, things like Hyrox, marathons, half marathons, they just don't go well together. Like fat loss, really, often the approach that you should be taking is a less is more approach. But we won't go into too much detail because, well, I might be doing a fat loss series straight after this. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled. And leg one of the journey to Glasgow begins. So just got to the train station. It's 4:30. My train train is delayed already, which is fantastic. So only a couple of minutes, so it shouldn't be too long. So I've got to go from where I live, so Manchester to Warrington to another Warrington station, and then that will take me to Glasgow. So I'll be in Glasgow in approximately 4 hours. I've got a bit of work to do, to be fair, so as long as the Wi-Fi is okay, like, it'll keep me busy. I've got a few programs to write and a few more check-ins to do, so plenty to keep me occupied on the journey. I'm not eating loads today just because I've been so busy, so I need to try and get some food as well at some stage. Check into the hotel early night, and then we are up and out nice and early. So here we are in Glasgow in my my beautiful room. It's actually not bad. Do you know, I think this hotel cost me about 80 quid. Definitely looks fancier on the pictures. Definitely looks bigger on the pictures. What's this green door about? What is that about? Not a good look. There he is. Hyrox athlete of the fucking century, mate. I'm joking, obviously. I'm shit. But hey, here's what it is. Not looked in the bathroom yet. Should have a look. Yeah, it's alright, to be fair. I reckon that toilet can handle some damage. And I mean that as in like toilet damage. What? Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Yeah, quite a nice bathroom. Pleased with that. Pleased with this. This is a good hotel for me. I tell you what though, Glasgow, interesting place, should we say. I've only walked through about 10 minutes of it. I literally got here, went for a Nando's. They ran out of chicken. They ran out of chicken at Nando's. What kind of a Nando's are you if you're running out of chicken? I was gonna get a butterfly because I was trying to be a little bit conscious of how many fats I was consuming, but they ran out of fucking butterflies, mate. I ended up having to have a sunset burger, which is goat, like it's the one. But yeah, so I had that with some chips, some garlic bread. So I'm telling myself that I'm still carb loaded. It probably wasn't the most ideal meal to have the night before Hyrox. The question is, I've got my little half-tight things. This is what they all wear. And to be fair, like, I totally get this because I chafe when I run, and nobody wants to chafe. So I've got my little half-tights ready to go there. The question is whether I go black on black with the black vest, or I've got like a more like a camo style vest. But I think I'm gonna go black on black because why the hell not? So yeah, there's the half-tights, there's the vest, and there's the socks, and there's my shoes. Don't need to do a fancy reel, do I? Pretty standard. So there we go, that's all ready to go. That is the extent of me preparing. I've got a few supplements that I need to take in the morning, so I'll get those out ready to go as well. Got my hydration from Perform. Hydrate, guys, it's pretty important. Code Jake for 30% off, and that's not even a piss take, that's genuine. You do get 30% off if you use the code Jake. So that is that. Then I've got my creatine, because you can't miss a fucking day of creatine, mate. Doesn't work then. And then I've got a few just like multivitamins, vitamin D and stuff, which I take every single day. So there we go, guys. There we go. Oh, we've got one of these that are fucking hell. Now you are going to think I'm a proper Hyrox wanker. Look at that. Hyrox gel. Jokes aside, they're actually really good. So I'll take one of those just before I start the race. So the other bits of food that I'm having, so the saurine, the malt loaf, and the rice cakes, I'll have about an hour and a half before a race. And then that, I literally just get it down with just before a race because it's got electrolytes in and it's fast-acting carbohydrates, literally. Just so straight into the system just before a race. Quick top up, and off we go. I'm gonna get ready for bed and yeah, see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Actually slept all right, to be fair. Like, I weirdly never sleep that well whenever I stay in a different place, like a new hotel or something, but I felt like I slept okay. I've not checked my watch. I don't check my watch anymore to see how long I've slept for. Since having kids, you just stop doing that because you just get stressed about the fact that your watch always says, you slept like shit, go back to bed. It's like, I can't do that, mate. So, I feel okay. I feel all right. Just had a shower. Just got my clothes on, like, as you can see, I'm wearing a vest, and you know, I intend to keep this on. But you never know, maybe I get caught up in the atmosphere and just take it off and start, like, I don't know, touching people. Well, I probably shouldn't do that. So, first things first, get hydrated, because search out a coffee and head over to the venue. The only thing I'm gutted about now is I haven't got anyone who can potentially kind of film me actually doing any of the race. So this is just basically a vlog of all the way up to the race and then after the race. But I will try and get some clips because I believe that you can buy some. So I will do my best to get some and add them into the video for you. But anyway, hydration, very important. Electrolytes and all that kind of jazz. Form, always the go. Code Jake, you know the drill. And so I'm gonna get this down me, go get some caffeine, and hopefully I'll be ready to go. Okay, so we have our flat white. Managed to come to a cafe near. I was looking for a Black Sheep coffee. If you know what Black Sheep is, you know that it's really good coffee, but couldn't find any, so I'm in a Cafe Nero, but it will do. So, pre-race nerves. I've had a couple of people message me this morning to see how I'm feeling for it. And I think it is right. I'm not an athlete. I'm not a professional. Hyrox athlete of the fucking century, mate. I'm literally just a guy who's paid money to go and race at an event. It's a bit weird, really, when you think about it, but you're putting yourself through torture and you're paying for it. But it's it's like, the thing is, like, the reason that I think people do these things, whether it's a Hyrox, a race, a photo shoot, like, it just gives you a date, it gives you a layer of accountability to do things, and then this is just a way of, like, documenting your progress. It's the same reason that I've done 3-4 photo shoots in the past, and I'll probably do 3-4 photo shoots in the future. It's just nice to have that recollection of cool shit that you've done in your life. So I don't really seem to get, I don't get nervous about these things, because it doesn't really matter. Like, I've done the training to the best of my ability. Like, I've missed one session, I've had a newborn, things have been challenging. I just turn up and enjoy the day now, innit? So just my little thoughts before heading off to the venue. Just because I've had a few people message me asking if I'm nervous, and yeah, no, I mean, there's no point in being nervous, is there? Like, you paid for the privilege to be there, so just enjoy it. Although I do think that when I get there, there's going to be so many people just taking it very seriously. Hyrox athletes, remember, athletes, even though they've paid to be there, they're not being paid, but they're athletes. Remember that. Hi, where do parts to go for just to register? I was literally there where it says registration. We are in. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's a proper operation, like, fucking very, very impressed with how they've done it, although there's lots of people wearing 247 and Hyrox stuff, as you would imagine. But no, it's good. It's good. Let's go. Just like that, Hyrox is over. So I literally finished about 5 minutes ago. Just picked up my stuff and just trying to find some food. You probably sound, or hearing my voice, I'm a little bit disappointed, because I am. I got a 1 hour 21, which was obviously okay, like for my first time, but I would have liked to have got a better time than that. Although I did completely fuck up. Only this dickhead could do this, but the first 2 laps, because the way that they say it is, it's fairly straightforward. I'm just an idiot and didn't listen to the instructions properly, but the first couple of laps I did an extra lap. So the first 2 laps I probably added like maybe 2 minutes on there, and I also probably fatigued myself a hell of a lot more than what I needed to as well. So 1 hour 21, but I'm going to take a 1 hour 20. I'm going to take a sub 120 just based on that, which I probably would have got if I didn't fucking do that. So yeah, it is what it is, but do you know what, it's humbling. Like, we take the piss out of people doing Hyrox, and rightly so, because they run with the tops off, they've got the nose strips on, they do all that kind of stuff, but they are fit. Like, it has to be said. They're extremely fit, and they are, like, there's some serious guys there. Maybe take it a bit too serious, like, you're paying for a bit of recreational sport and fun, but fair fucks to them, because that was hard. And now it's time to get home, see the little ones, and then decide whether I'll ever do another one again, which time will tell. Right, it is now a few days after Hyrox. In fact, more than a few days. It is Monday the 17th of March, and I've really had a chance to let the dust settle, because I was a little bit deflated after the event itself, just because, like I say, the extra laps, just stupid of me, and then just my, my finish time in general. Like, I've managed to actually assess some of the data that I've got back from Hyrox since, because you get like a breakdown of the amount of time you do running, and your run times, and your workout station times, and your rock zone times as well. And my biggest concern after the simulation, which I did in 1 hour 9, was the rock zones, because obviously you can't really replicate that, and you don't really know how big those rock zones are going to be. So for those who haven't done Hyrox, that's like the amount of time that you spend doing the station and in between the station back onto the run course. And my thought process, I'm speaking to people like Jack, who helped me out with my timings and my strategy going into Hyrox, said that would probably be the time to add on, right? And the rest of it should be in and around the same whatever. So in theory, my rock zone was only 4 minutes 7 seconds. I should have done about a 1:13, which would have been absolutely buzzing with. But I did a 1 hour 21. Like I say, some of that's going to be down to the extra laps. And I think some of it also, alongside the extra laps, which was just fucking stupid, as we've clarified, was just the actual magnitude of the day in the event itself. Like, it took me by surprise. Like, I've said it on this vlog, it was incredible. Like, it really, really was amazing. And I think the pressure of not the pressure of the day, but like the actual spectacle itself and the setup and everything like that, kind of, it caught me off guard. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm not disappointed, because I still am disappointed. But I think now the dust has settled and I've had the pictures back, which look cool as fuck, I'm a lot more inclined to do another. Now, I'm not going to be in a rush to. I think I need to take myself away. I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up now. So my next vlog series over the next 6 weeks is going to be a tidy up in terms of my nutrition and going through a little bit of a fat loss phase, a little bit of a mini cut, should we say, going into the summer. summer. So I will go into more detail on my next vlog about that and how I'm going to set that up to make sure that I'm dropping around about 5-6 kilos and getting myself as lean as possible for the end of April going into May. But for Hyrox, I do think I'll be back. I'm pretty certain that I'm going to be back. So I'm going to sign this vlog off by saying, first of all, like, subscribe and all that shit, because, well, it's good for the channel and it helps me, and Jake abuses me if nobody likes and subscribes, so please like and subscribe. I also paid to put myself through torture at Hyrox for the sake of a vlog. No, it wasn't just for the vlog, but it was part of it. So like and subscribe. Come along for the next part of the journey, which is going to be a little bit of a fat loss phase over the next 6 weeks. And then, you never know, towards the back end of the year, there might be some plans to make my return and smash the fuck out of that 1 hour 21 time. So stay tuned for that. And thanks again for watching. See you guys soon.